Good morning. I'm Rochelle Dennis. I'm honored to be the president of Women of Clayton County, and it is my honor to be before you today as we kick off summer reading and our literacy initiative here in Clayton County. We have before you a very short program. I promise we will not be before you long, and then we're going to go outside and cut a ribbon. But before we get to that, I would love to bring to the front for you Jessie Goree with Clayton County School Board of Education to bring us some readings on behalf of our school district and our partners in literacy.
Good morning, everyone. I am Jessie Goree, a proud member of the Clayton County Board of Education, representing District 3. I want to welcome you all to the Dr. Donna Jackson Black Box Theater. You know, Dr. Jackson is a member of the Women of Clayton County. And so we want to welcome you on behalf of the superintendent, Dr. Anthony Smith, and our Board of Education, who is comprised of members Jasmine Bowles, District 1, Mark Christmas, District 3, Jessie Goree, District 3, that's me. District 4, Miss Victoria Williams. District 5, Dr. D. Haney. District 6, Miss Mary Baker. District 7, Miss Sabrina Hill. District 8, Miss Joy Ellis Cooper. And Mr. Benjamin Straker, who is our board chair. I forgot to mention Miss Mary Baker is our vice chair. So we want to thank you all so much for coming for the rededication of our little free library. And you know that we value literacy because, you know, if you can't read, you can't do much. And that is very high on my list. So thank you all so much this morning for joining us. And I'm going to turn it back over to Ms. Dennis.
Thank you, thank you. So, as Ms. Goree said, literacy is truly one of the hallmarks of a successful community, of a thriving community. And so when Women of Clayton County started back in 2016, one of our very first initiatives, and I'm proud to say it is our longest standing and our largest initiative, was all around literacy and how we can affect change here in Clayton County and support our school district and our students not only in school, but most importantly during their out of school time. And so we came up with a fabulous concept called Goodnight Clayton. How many of you remember Goodnight Clayton? Yay! Where we took a year-long initiative, we collected over 5,000 books and new PJs and gifted those out to elementary and middle schools here in Clayton County. The point being was that understanding that, you know, we read a lot. We all read every day, right? But also wanting to, you know, children to embrace that reading for fun outside of school time. And what better way to do that than at the end of the evening, homework's done, dinner's done, you've taken your bath, you put on your jammies, you crawl in bed, and you read a book with your family. And so we're excited about the work that we have continued to do around that. We then launched 12 little free libraries here in Clayton County. Other than the library at Lee Street Park, or at Lee Street Elementary across from the park, there were no little free libraries in our community. And so we are proud that today we stand before you with 12 plus an additional 5 that will be coming up soon, and also a partnership with Family Literacy of Georgia and their Reading in Color little free libraries that I'm sure you've started to see around the community. And so moving ever closer to being truly a community that reads. So before I steal all the thunder, I'm going to bring up my partner, Ebony Brown, who is our president-elect and is also the literacy specialist, coordinator, wizard, there you go, K-5 coordinator here with Clayton County Public Schools to talk about the Little Free Library Initiative.
Thank you, Rochelle. So good morning. And I'm using a new device. So we're going to talk about the Little Free Libraries and the impact of having literacy beyond the veil is how I often refer to it. When we think about our access, we know that access is everything. And our scholars have an awesome opportunity to receive books while they're in school, but what happens when it's after school and the media centers close and now the public library closes even earlier than it used to? How do I receive a book? So the Little Free Libraries were truly taken in by our organization because it gives access where there may be some limitations. When you look, this is how we started. We had a wonderful, remember when we were coming out of the pandemic in 2021 and we wanted to make sure that our scholars still had opportunities to read, we said, well, we'll get these little boxes and we'll have a sip and paint. And we painted by hand all of the libraries that you see here at all of the locations listed on the screen. And we were just so excited about that particular day. Well, time went on. And as time went on, what happens with things in the weather? They get worn, right? And so our Little Free Libraries were repainted recently, and now they have a brand new look. And they'll all be restocked with all of the books that you see here behind us. And so we have these cute little snapshots of each of them, and they may look a little empty now, but after today, they will be full. And we also have to mention that our partnership is not just, our efforts are not just alone. We have a wonderful partnership with Clayton County Public Schools, as well as Southern Company. I'm trying to mix them together. I'm like, no, that's not it. Southern Gas Company, who have donated books for us as well that you see on this table, plus more. And what we know is that these books, our mentality is not that you have to bring a book back, but we want you to get a book and take a book home and build your personal library at home and be a vivacious reader every single day, putting literacy in the hands of scholars, reading at home with their families, and just taking books wherever they go. So we're excited to have this opportunity to be able to lift literacy with our Little Free Libraries. Each of our libraries are also, you'll see on there registered, so it's not a bootleg library. We truly have these Little Free Libraries where you can go onto the website and you can find where they're located because they are all registered through the official Little Free Libraries website or organization. And that means a lot because think about being somewhere and you want a book. You go to the website, type in where you are, and boom, there's your Little Free Library and there's your opportunity to have access beyond the bell. And now I will bring Rochelle back up to talk about our partnership with other sponsors and how we lift literacy together.
Thank you. So again, here in Clayton County, and particularly with the Women of Clayton County, everything that we do is tied to a partnership. Though we are a strong and very powerful, mighty group of women, and we get stuff done and we move things very quickly, none of the work that we do in Clayton County could exist or sustain without partnership. And so I am very excited that I got a random call one day from Linda Hayes with Southern Company Gas that said, hey, we want to do a book drive with our employees. Could we partner with the Women of Clayton County? Absolutely. And I said, well, I've got one better for you. We're in the process of refreshing, rededicating our Little Free Libraries, and what better way for those things to come together. So Linda Hayes, would you please join us and bring some remarks on behalf of Southern Company Gas?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Linda Hayes. I am here from Southern Company Gas to assist with the literacy project, Little Libraries. So I am a part of an employee resource group called DNA, and it's all about bridging the different generations in our company together. So of course, reading is a big initiative that can bridge the generations. So Rosie Nell and Jeff, Rosie Nell has a student, ironically, at this school. She mentioned the free libraries that are around Clayton County. So we live in I live in Paulding County, but other people live all over Atlanta, so we were able to get the exposure and learn more about it. And thank God Rochelle answered the call. She answered around the holidays, because we originally were trying to do a holiday donation, and working with corporate America, a lot of people are out for holiday season, and I stayed in touch and she always answered, and I was so thankful. So I'm so glad that we are here. We did collect quite a few books, very happy about our donation to the free libraries of Clayton County. Thank you for including us, and we look forward to working with you with other partnerships as well.
And again, so now that you are family, know that you don't get to go anywhere. You get to be tied to our hip forever and ever and ever. And so I'm going to bring Ebony back because, again, partnership. And I'm not going to get all mushy on y'all this morning, but and I'm not going to steal Ebony's thunder again. But we are excited to talk about and announce a Little Free Library Literacy Lifter Award. That we have created and want to honor and recognize someone that went above and beyond in their support of our little free libraries and literacy here in Clayton County.
And so before we talk about this one person, we're going to spotlight just very quickly because they're not able to be here. But our little free libraries, they were painted pretty much free of charge. All we had to do was provide the supplies, the materials. And so we just want to say thank you so much to a gentleman who took his Saturdays to come out. He would climb over the gates and he would say, it's locked. I said, well, I asked him to leave it unlocked. I said, that's okay. And he was just like, I'm gonna make it work. And go back and forth from the car, bringing paint and rollers and taking the mold off of the library, just being so instrumental in making us look really good again. And so if we could just give a round of applause to Latavius Rogers for his dedication and hard work on Saturdays when the sun was out and pretty. And then we have to spotlight the before. So over time, this is what the library started to look like because we're not professional painters. We didn't know we needed a certain grade of shellac to keep it, not being worn and weathered over time, right? But we thought they were really pretty. But this little library was at Kemp Primary School, and it was on its last leg. And there's a special person who said, let me go ahead and take the initiative and have the tenacity and the dedication to make sure that our scholars, when they come out, they don't say, oh, look at that old thing. Instead, it's like, oh my goodness, look at that thing. I want to see what's inside of it. So over a long summer, she took the time to hand paint the Little Free Library, and it is the only one that we did not repaint because it's just too gorgeous to touch. And that is the after. And if we could put our hands together for one of our very own Clayton County Public School employees, she's our works in the Media Center at Kemp Primary, Miss Karen Monzaleski. So on behalf of the Women of Clayton County, we present to Karen Monzaleski in support of the Little Free Libraries with deepest appreciation for your unwavering dedication in lifting literacy across Clayton County Public Schools. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
No, I just seen it needed a little bit of love, and I said, I got some love and attention I can give it, so that's what I did. And I said, well, let me get some characters I know these babes love. So that's what I did. I tried to pick up some characters and put them on there.
And so now it is time for the main event, which is rededicating and cutting our Little Free Library. What's special and unique is that on this particular campus, there are two of them. When we started this, Dr. Jackson was the principal here, but she did not want to have one in front of her building and not think about the scholars on the other side of the campus. So there is another one on that side, but we will just be cutting right outside, right up front, this particular Little Free Library.
Yeah. And so on 3, can you count us down?
Sure, on 3. 1, 2, and 3.
Any closing remarks, Rochelle?
No, read. Go read.
And spread the word
And
about the
spread
little
the
free
word.
libraries that are across our school district. We may have 12, but all of our schools are outfitted with, be it elementary, middle, or high school. They all have a little free library. We're so thankful just to lift literacy in our school district. You all have an awesome day, and thank you so much for being